Escaping the rat race, the truth behind modern slavery. Have you ever found yourself wondering, is this really what life is supposed to be? Waking up every day, rushing to work, paying bills, and repeating the process while feeling like something is missing? It's called the rat race, and if it feels like a system intentionally designed to trap you in a loop of survival, that's because it likely is. This is not the byproduct of modern society. It's the result of a carefully constructed system. A system that has far-reaching roots in how our modern education system was created. Today, we'll uncover the hidden truths about why this framework was built, who it really serves, and how it conditions millions to stay trapped. Once you see the cage, it will be impossible to unsee. The rat race is the repetitive, uninspiring cycle most people live in every day. Work long hours, barely keep up with the rising cost of living, and try to push dreams aside in favor of survival. The system ensures that you are always occupied, struggling to pay bills, tied to a paycheck, left with little time or energy to think critically. But this isn't a coincidence. For generations, most of us have been fed the promise of upward mobility, the hope that hard work will one day result in success. Yet, for the majority, success seems out of reach. Most remain trapped, dependent on jobs, and unable to rise into positions of true leadership or freedom. The system feels rigged, and that's because it was never designed for your benefit. To understand this better, we need to go back to the origins of our modern education system. At first glance, education seems like the cornerstone of personal growth, a chance to gain knowledge, develop skills, and forge a successful path in life. But the system we know today wasn't created to empower individuals. It was designed to create obedient followers. During the Industrial Revolution in the 19th century, booming factories required a new kind of worker, disciplined, compliant individuals who wouldn't question authority. The goal was efficiency, not empowerment. Influential industrialists and policymakers designed schools that could produce factory-like workers, on time, well-behaved, and capable of following instructions. The structure of schools was deliberate: strict schedules, memorization over critical thinking, and standardized grading. Instead of fostering creativity and leadership, the system focused on repetition and obedience. It was never about helping individuals reach their potential, but about creating a population that would fit neatly into the labor force. What most people don't realize is that this system wasn't built to evolve. While the world outside has rapidly transformed, thanks to technology, innovation, and greater access to information, education has stayed remarkably stagnant. Why? Because it continues to serve the same purpose, benefiting the powerful while keeping the majority distracted, busy, and dependent. The truth is that the current education system ensures compliance. From a young age, individuals are conditioned to memorize, not to analyze, to follow schedules, not to question them. This is by design. When people are busy trying to fit into this mold, they don't have time to dream bigger, think critically, or challenge unfair power structures. Certain key skills are left out of the curriculum for a reason. Most schools barely touch on financial literacy, personal wellness, or entrepreneurship, skills that could actually grant freedom. Instead, they double down on conformity, standardized tests, narrow career paths, and a singular definition of success. Now here's the critical connection. Have you ever wondered why such systems of control persist? It's not a coincidence. They serve the interests of those at the top. Whether you call it the deep state, the elites, or something else, the reality is that there are power structures in place that benefit from maintaining the status quo. These groups, often unseen and working behind the scenes, thrive when the majority remains occupied and reliant on their systems. An independent, empowered population would disrupt this balance. It wouldn't just question authority, it would dismantle it. By keeping the masses running on the hamster wheel, these powerful groups preserve the stability of their rule. Education plays a massive role in this. By promoting limited thinking and discouraging self-improvement, schooling primes individuals to follow a life script that keeps them busy but never truly free. Pair this with media distractions and financial systems designed to keep people in debt, and you have a nearly impenetrable cycle of control. What's the impact of this structure on individuals? First and foremost, it stifles potential. Imagine what humanity could achieve if each person was given the freedom and skills to think independently, to lead, and to innovate. Unfortunately, the system suppresses these capabilities, pushing conformity at the expense of creativity. This structure doesn't just harm your mind. It takes a toll on your body and spirit. The constant pressures of living paycheck to paycheck, working unfulfilling jobs, and suppressing dreams lead to deteriorating mental and physical health. Stress, burnout, and chronic illnesses are all part of the rat race's real personal cost. And perhaps the worst part, the rat race robs people of time. Time to reflect, time to grow, time to change things. Instead, most of us are stuck in survival mode, unable to pause long enough to realize we're trapped. Once you see the rat race for what it is, how do you escape it? The first step is awareness. The realization that you are living in a system not meant for you to thrive. Recognize the cage. Start spotting the ways in which you've been conditioned to stay in it. The next step is self-empowerment. If the education system didn't give you the tools to succeed, start building your own toolkit. Focus on essential skills that schools often ignore. Critical thinking. Question authority, challenge societal norms, and analyze the why behind what you're told. We have been trained like dogs to do what we are told and don't think about the rest. We must begin using our brain's massive processing power and our third eye's ability to see beyond the veil of duality to truly understand what is happening around us and how the world works. Financial literacy. Learn how to manage your money, invest wisely, and move toward financial independence. All these skill sets are easily researched and learned about on other channels like this one. The worthy challenge is making it a priority. Entrepreneurship. Forge your own path instead of depending on corporations. We all have something to give, and although the path to find and manifest it into a business can be treacherous, it is worth it. For being enslaved must not be an option. Wellness. Prioritize your physical and mental health as the foundation of real freedom. Research alternative healing methods, and learn about the world of natural homeopathic healing. It's not easy to rewire the habits and beliefs instilled through decades of programming, but it's possible. Start small. Seek out alternative education through books, online courses, or mentorship programs. Prioritize learning over entertainment. Replace distractions with growth. Every hour spent on meaningful improvement is an investment in your freedom. Take control of your time and your finances. Even if it means sacrificing temporarily, the long-term benefits will transform your life. Experiment with creativity. Innovate. Be bold enough to question and defy tradition. Finally, connect with a community of like-minded individuals who are also escaping the rat race. Change happens faster when people collectively challenge the system and support each other. The rat race thrives on invisibility. It works because people don't realize they're in it. But now you know. You've seen the truth behind the education system, the power dynamics in play, and the way the world keeps you busy and blind. Now, it's time to act. You have a choice. Stay in the cage or break free. Choose awareness over ignorance, courage over complacency, and freedom over survival. This system was not designed for you, but you have the power to rise above it and even reprogram it, just like Neo. The question is no longer, will you escape the rat race? The question is, what are you willing to do to reclaim your freedom? If you have listened to this full transmission, we thank you for your attention. If you received value from watching this video, we ask you to smash that like and subscribe button so we may help many more awaken to the truth of the Matrix.